Okay, today we're going to be looking at the Nissin Di700A and the Air 1 Commander. What's unique about this setup is the Air 1 Commander acts as the master, and it's a small little device that you put on top of the camera in the hot shoe, and that transmits the TTL data to this flash, or a number of flashes defined into multiple groups. So basically the Air 1 Commander just takes the place of a master flash, so it saves you from having a huge flash on top of your camera that's just acting as a master. So this is the Sony version. The Canon version and the Nikon version has been out for a number of months now. I believe this one's just come out. And yeah, so this is for the Multi Interface shoe, or MI shoe, that you'll see on the newer generation Sonys from the NEX6 and upwards. I'll be using it with my A7 Mark II. So yeah, let's see what's in the box. Okay, so we've got a small instruction manual there. Most of the instructions are online. Got a small stand to put the flash on. Got the actual main flash here. So it's in a pouch. You can see it's got a belt clip on there if you want to use that. This is the main. So this is the main Di700A. This came in the kit, but you can buy these separately. I think they're about £50 cheaper if you buy them separately without the Commander unit. So the A stands for Air, basically means the radio receiver's built in to the device. It still can use optical pre-flash from another Sony or another Nissin device configured in a TTL group, but also has the RF, so you don't have to rely on line of sight with the optical system. First impressions, it feels really good. It kind of, coming from a Canon background, it seems well built. It's got a nice little click, I think you can hear that. So it's very well built. In fact, from the top upwards, looks very much like a Canon. This one's the Sony version, so it's got the Multi Interface shoe at the bottom here. Made of plastic, a little concerning, along with these pins as well. Just worried that they could get a little snagged, but we'll have to see how that goes. Okay, so let's have a look at the command unit. So this device, slips on top of the camera, sends the TTL or through the lens signal straight to the camera, sorry, from the camera to the flash. There's a small instruction manual in there as well. And from here you can then configure the groups that this will work in, and it will also configure the things like the zoom level and the compensation, the flash compensation on the remote devices. So that's pretty neat. What we'll do is I'll put some batteries in here, put some batteries in the flash, and then put it on the camera and see how it works. So first of all, let's put some batteries in the flash unit. Use this magazine or a cartridge type system. You can buy these as spares, these cartridges. So if you're doing a wedding, you could have a number of these already pre-configured in your back pocket, and as the batteries start to lose power, you could just swap this in straight away to clip it out and put a new one in. Okay, I'm going to put some of these some rechargeables in, these high capacity ones. They're 2400 milliamp hours in there, so just slot straight in. It's nice that, because these are slightly oversized, so it's nice that they fit well. They all go in the same direction. That makes it a little easier as well to load up. Okay, and those were just AA batteries. easy peasy, very simple. You also see on the side there, it's got the sync there, the PC sync and the mini jack sync on that side, and power slot on that side. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's put the batteries in the remote commander. So this takes AAA batteries, sorry. These do have a more specific polarity that way around there. Okay, let's and one last thing before I put it on. The instruction manuals say you need to configure your camera into the flash mode to change it into wireless mode. So I'll just change that to wireless. There we go. So it should be ready. I'll turn it off just while I put the commander on top. Okay, so that clicks in. That's really nice design. So it's just a push click to pull it off. So that's well in, and yeah, very simple to push in and out. So let's turn it on, and the first thing we have to do is bind the master to the slave. So that's done by pressing and holding the set button and the power button at the same time. That means it's waiting for the master. So if I do the same thing on here, okay, so that beep means that this is now bound to this, and you'll see here that we're in wireless mode. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. The flickering is on the video, but actually these are static. So we're in TTL mode with the flash. So we can use this as a standalone flash without the commander. In that mode you can go straight into auto, and that is just no settings, absolutely click straight away and it'll use all the TTL mode. TTL just means that it's like auto, but you can dial in the chain, you can dial in compensation values. You've got manual, so you can go into manual and run it completely, set the zoom level, set the compensation, and there'll be no TTL data. This is slave digital SD mode, if you can see that. So each one flashes a little more than you're seeing on the video. And here it'll use the TTL pre-flash from another Sony flash unit, or another Nissin flash unit that's configured, another Sony Nissin flash. And then there's the flash as well. So this is slave, sorry, not this is slave film. So that just uses a normal strobe to set the flash off. So you can just use these like very dumb units in maybe a studio configuration where you've also got lamps. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just put that back into wireless mode and channel A, if you can see that. And now this is completely controlled by the Air 1 commander. So I'll put this on the stand so we can see it. That clips in there. Use the same kind of mount there. Those just release the pins underneath, those small, very small pins, and that just slides on there. So from here, what we can do is I could just take a picture right away from in this setting. But let's try dialing in a little bit of exposure compensation. So that's pretty easy. I just press the S button on top, the little A lights on there to say that we're going to control group A. We can also change group B, group C, or all of them at the same time. And then if I just move this dial here, you'll see that I can dial in some exposure compensation there, and immediately it's transmitted to the slave devices, or all the slave devices if I had more, and the beep is an acknowledgement that that setting was set. So really cool, you know, really quick, and straight away you can see whether or not it's been received. So I can just, what I'll do is I'll just take that down again. I'll change the whole group back. So with no bars showing, that means that it's at 0 compensation. Okay, so these two also support high-speed sync. It's currently set up to be not have high-speed sync. High-speed sync just consumes a little more battery power. So if I try, I'm in manual mode here, so if I try and take the shutter speed up any higher than 250th of a second, you can see that I'm not able to do that. You can see that there. So stuck at 250. However, if I change that to high-speed sync mode, and you do that by pressing and holding the pilot light here, and you might just see it blink. There we go. Now it's in high-speed sync mode, and it will save that high-speed sync mode, which is nice. I've seen some of the Nissin range that forget that setting the moment you change anything, and it will stay in high-speed sync mode now. And it'll also work if you stand the flash upright, which again, not all of the flash well, in fact the Sony ones as well support high-speed sync when the flash gun is pointing upwards, or basically out of its 90-degree angle. So now you should be able to see, if I try and change the shutter speed up straight away, I can go all the way up to 8 thousandths of a second there, if I so desired. I don't really. So you can press the pilot button here, and hopefully you should see, you may see it very quick, very briefly. It's really faster than you can see, but there should be a flick on the screen. That's just broadcasting a pilot, and then I should be able to focus in here. You can see some of my garden where I can just do that. Of course, it's not going to be we're not going to be able to illuminate that from here, but if I do that, there we go. So let's just see, nothing really, but it sent off the flash. So you know, operationally it seems to work. I'll have to see how well it does once it gets dark, or maybe go outside and do some high-speed sync while we've still got a bit of daylight left. So I think that's it. It seems like a pretty good bit of kit coming from a Canon world. I was using Pocket Wizards for doing radio transmission with a Canon 580 EX2. So you know, I'll be interested to see how this works. It's interesting to see how, you know, these displays work where they're not LCD backed. Apparently it's better for battery life. We'll have to see how that goes, but yeah, okay, good. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.